We caught an employee stealing from us. Which it's really frustrating, man. It's really, really frustrating, especially when this person, we hired this person to handle that really big contract we had with Walmart that ended up falling through. And so, I should have let that person go at that point because they were hired for one job and that didn't work out. And so, but I felt like a jerk, man. They had started working with us probably a week, 2 weeks, and then everything fell through. And I just felt like a jerk having someone work with us for a short amount of time. So we decided to make the sacrifice to keep this person on, right? Because we didn't need 4 full-time employees or even a couple full-time and a few part-time. Like, that's a lot. And but we decided like the right thing to do was to keep this person on, to sacrifice, to pull from our own personal money to make sure this person got paid. And because it's not right to hire someone. I mean, we were going into our busiest month, so I knew that we could float it. And I caught him stealing. As of this moment right now, he doesn't know that he's caught. As of my next conversation with him, he will. I found out, and I've been getting all my documentations together, printing everything out, and it sucks, man. It sucks. I've had some really crappy bosses in my past, right? We all have. But I try to be a super understanding boss. I try to give grace as much as I possibly can. I try to sacrifice and give my guys as many possible hours as we can, especially with one that we didn't need to keep, but we kept because it was the right thing to do. Betrayal is probably the best word to fill or to describe what I'm feeling, and frustration. But let me explain how this person did it, what they did, and how you can avoid it, and really how we caught it. So what was stolen was fuel. All of our trucks that we use in the business are diesel trucks, okay? We don't have any regular gas vehicles for the business. Well, that's a lie. We have one, and that's the van, but that's my vehicle. No one else drives that. I'm the only one that puts fuel in that vehicle. But all the other trucks that any of our employees would use is a diesel vehicle. About 7-8 months ago, I made the switch from using regular debit or credit cards for fuel, and I got an actual fuel card. I'll link it below, but we use Coast fuel cards. And they're great because the fuel card, it gives you a lot more data and a lot more access and permissions that you can give your employees compared to a regular debit or credit card. Examples. I can set daily limits for each employee. I can set notifications to let me know when their cards are used for the wrong fuel type. I can set a geographical map around where these cards can or cannot be used. There's just a lot of permissions that you can set up and rules, right, that you can set up that allow the cards to be used or not used in certain situations. Now, I didn't have it set up to deny the wrong fuel type because I use unleaded fuel for the van, and I didn't want to create a completely different set of rules for me than I did everyone else. But I did have it set up to notify me when the wrong fuel type was selected and used. So the way this person got away with it, or how they did it, is in the beginning is they would work their shift, they would get off, and within 20 or 30 minutes of them getting off, they would fill up their tank. Well, in the beginning, it was little amounts, 30, 60, small amounts, which that in itself is a red flag. If we're putting fuel, we're putting $100 to $150 in a tank. But anyways, they would start with these small amounts, and they would work. 20, 30 minutes later, they were getting fuel. A few days later, they'd work. 20, 30 minutes later, they'd get fuel. I could kind of sort of think, well, maybe there is an error at the gas station and it categorized it as unleaded when it should have been diesel, right? I can give some benefit of the doubt. However, multiple different gas stations. We're not going to have multiple different gas station errors, especially when they're all assigned to one specific user. The fuel cards, I'm telling you, they're great because it has a specific user. In addition to that, the fuel card, unlike a debit card, right? If I go get fuel right now, it's 302. It's going to show pending for a few days. And at some point, it'll actually post to my account. And it may show that, like, the fuel is purchased tomorrow instead of actually today because it's after a certain time. Fuel cards give me timestamps. They give me addresses of where the fuel is purchased. They give me a timestamp of where it was purchased. They let me know who was purchased it, what the price per gallon was, everything. So I can compare all the data and I can see that this person was getting fuel 20 or 30 minutes later. I can compare the price per gallon of diesel to unleaded fuel at these gas stations and see that, well, yeah, there wasn't an error there. They're not going to give me fuel for less. And I can see when this person gets fuel on a Sunday when we're closed and no one is working. I could also see when this person was stealing fuel for me when they go to get fuel at a Costco, which, I mean, hey, everyone loves Costco, but our Costco they got fuel at doesn't offer diesel. So, busted. It sucks, man. I'm frustrated because I honestly felt for the first time in a long time that our team right now was running on all cylinders, that we had the capacity to do so much more that we were doing, right? We had extra labor, extra hands. Everyone was getting along with each other. Everyone had a great attitude. Everyone was willing to work and get down and dirty and was just willing to get the job done. I have this saying, make it happen. I've used it. I use it all the time. And I felt like everyone was in a mindset to ready to make it happen, regardless of whatever it was, regardless of the job or the challenge or whatever hit us, that we could make it happen quickly, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. And I just happened to be doing an audit, log into my fuel card company, and I noticed a whole bunch of red flag notifications. So I go in there and I look and I pull it all up. So it is what it is. I have a file folder here printed out with all the different transactions. I have all the details printed out of the hours this employee worked and the hours the transactions happened. And it's frustrating, but it is what it is. In addition to that, I just got back to the yard. Man, I just sound like I'm a big complainer, but I just got back to the yard. And I was parking one of the dumpsters, and I noticed that our brand new 2024 Ram had this thing for 3 months, has, I don't know if you can even tell, has a big old dimple right here, and it has an even bigger dimple right here. Oh yeah, this one you can tell big time. There we go. I have a few pet peeves. One of those pet peeves is denting our work vehicles. It drives me absolutely insane. Those two dents, I know exactly what they are for, or what they are from, I should say. It's from jackknifing the trailer, the bumper pull roll-off trailer, and going too far over. I have both of our trucks pulling this bumper pull at one time or another. I've never hit my bumper pull. I've never hit my bumpers with the bumper pull. And Unfortunately, the employee that we are going to be letting go is the one that's been driving this truck. Man, I even gave him a brand new truck, man. It's just frustrating. The lack of regard for company equipment, the lack of regard for just feeling that they can steal fuel from us. It's frustrating. There was a part of me that was like, you know what? I'm going to wait. Let's just wait and see if this person continues to do it. We're in California, so I mean, let them rack themselves up enough to where we can press some actual legal charges. I mean, either way, either way. But you know, California, you got to steal $950 to actually make it something that's gonna. I don't know what the right word is. I'm just kind of rambling on because I'm frustrated. Trusting your team is one of the most important things, I believe, to success, right? I have to trust my team. I have to know that when I put these people on the road, that they're going to care enough about themselves, the other people on the road, and the company to be careful while they're on the road. I have to know that they're going to care enough about our customers themselves, the company, that they're going to do things right with honor and integrity. And the more and more little things like this happen, the harder it is to trust people. But I have to push through that because I have to trust my team. And it sucks that I'm having to deal with all this. It sucks that I have to let someone go because of their selfish decisions. But in the long run, it's more important to trust the team. So it's frustrating that I gave this person a brand new truck to drive and I trusted them. So it is what it is. It's frustrating. It's violating. It is. There is a lot of emotions, that I'm processing through. But at the end of the day, I will not allow someone to work with us who is stealing from us. I will do whatever it is that I have to do to make sure that the company is protected and that our employees are protected. I will always fight for my employees. I will always fight to do what is right. And unfortunately, so it's frustrating being taken advantage of. It is violating. It is, it really sucks, man. Because you know what? As a business owner, we sacrifice a lot. We sacrifice to make sure that this person had their hours, that this person could get paid, to keep this person on, even though we didn't have enough work to keep on this many employees, right? I sacrificed to make sure that they were taken care of. I'm gonna post a screenshot right here. This is a screenshot of one of the emails I get for, and this isn't for like any sort of pity party, okay? This is just, I've always said I'm gonna upload real life crap, real life things that happen in this business as a business owner, junk removal business, or whatever the heck you want to say it, right? This screenshot right here is a screenshot I got from my payroll company, okay? I have to go in every week and I put in the hours that everyone gets paid. My hours, my wife's hours are defaulted at 40 hours. I had to go in there and I had to put 0 and 0 on us so that we wouldn't get a paycheck. Not that we don't need a paycheck, we need a paycheck, right? But the company really just didn't have the funds to pay us. And so to make sure that our team got paid and our team got covered, I went through and I zeroed us out. But comical or not, I must have hit 1 instead of, or 2, whatever the 0 is by the keypad. And this is what I got paid. And so I get this email from Gusto, congratulations, it's payday. And then a week later, you find out your employee's stealing from you. Want. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna leave that there. If you have any questions on that topic, let me know. I will answer in the comments.